Welcome to J-Rob Sports Shop, where I talk nothing but sports for a few minutes, give my opinion, and hopefully you guys will give me your opinion as well, so we have some dialogue and have some fun with it and have a good discussion. There are one topic is broken down into about four, but there are three major topics I want to talk about over the last week, that I want to go into detail with, give my opinion, and let you give me yours. The first thing I want to talk about is LeBron James's hand elbow last night that busted Isaiah Stewart's eye. If you saw that, it was almost another Malice in the Palace in Detroit, baby. Boom, boom, boom. And LeBron James was at the free throw line. There was they were trying to get possession for the ball, get in position for the ball. LeBron James does this, which happens sometimes. Hit him across his face. He did extend his arm a little bit and hit him with his hand, which got him on his eye. And that gave Isaiah Stewart about 5 stitches. He's bloodied up. It looked pretty bad when you saw him walk in the locker room. Isaiah Stewart took it to another level, trying to attack LeBron James, trying to go through the crowd. It lasted about 10 minutes. He was pushing people out of his way. He really wanted to fight who people might think is the GOAT, which is not. It's Michael Jordan. Just got to throw that in there. But they wanted to fight him. Now, was Isaiah Stewart right in the way he acted? In my opinion, I don't think so. Now, could he be upset? Yeah. It looked like it wasn't like LeBron James wasn't just packing him on his butt and, going on with it. And I understand, like, you got to get position, things can happen. But it didn't look like he was aggravated, Isaiah Stewart, when he did that. Now, did he mean to hit him in the eye? No. He probably meant to, hit him across his chest or push him back or push him down, whatever. But it still got him in the eye, so that added a whole new level to it. And you got the competitive spirit to it. Well, is LeBron James wrong? Yes and no. Yes and no. He shouldn't have extended his arm out, hit him. I will say this, as soon as Isaiah Stewart fell down, he was reaching his arm like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We've all done that, where we said something or done something and been like, oh, man, I did not mean to do that. I know I've done it. I've done it where it's been wrestling with someone, talking to someone, having jokes, checking my friends, goofing off with them and saying something that went too far. He might just went, I've done it in basketball games, like, oh, man, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. So we've all been, I don't want to throw a stone at LeBron James for that, because we've all done it. I also don't want to throw a stone at Isaiah Stewart for coming at him. But you can't do that, people. I love the physicality, though. I love it. I want the NBA to bring the physicality back. Let's have some people fight with each other. I don't mean they don't have to say fist fight, but I'm not against it. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not against it. I don't think when you play against someone that's going to get your livelihood, we should be best friends all the time. I don't think you should go hurt their mothers. I'm fine with you, like, if you want to hang out with them all season, but I'm on the side of, like, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan. Like, we ain't friends because you're trying to take my paycheck and money away from my family. You're trying to take my livelihood. It is go time. It's time to be a competitor. With that being said, I don't think that LeBron James did it on purpose. I do think Isaiah Thomas went a little bit too far. I am glad that the teammates held each other back. I think Isaiah Thomas went too far with the way he was pushing everybody down to get to him, too. He wouldn't listen to anybody. And, man, look here. You can't be doing that. You're going to hope. I mean, to me, that's silly. And I've been there. I've been there as a in the 20s and the teen. I don't know if I've been there in the 20s, but I know there's a teens like where I lost my temper, and you get that. And it's all you want. It's all you want. I'm sure right now he's like, oh man, I shouldn't have done all that. But it is big news. LeBron James might get suspended the first time in his career, I believe. I don't think he's ever been suspended before. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Stewart, who is, probably you don't know who he is, but he's a big man for Detroit. He's probably going to get suspended, which he should. I think Isaiah Stewart should get more games than LeBron James. Because LeBron James, in my opinion, obviously did not do that on purpose. Should he have maybe not swung as hard, something like that? But hell. We're in the middle of a game. Let's go. I don't think he meant to. I think he was ready for the repercussions of it. I think an apology and a phone call will end this just fine. All right, let's talk topic number 2. This is going to take me a minute. All right, the college football playoff. College football. We had some upsets this weekend. Utah beat Oregon, smashed Oregon. Ohio State smashed Michigan. And so, not Utah State. I did say Utah, right? So that's going to shake up that top 10, which leaves an opening for Cincinnati to get in. And I'm going to make my argument of why Cincinnati should not be in the football playoff right now. And I'm going to go ahead with some scenarios with it. First off, I'm going to look at Cincinnati's schedule. First off, the strength of schedule of Cincinnati is number 48 in the country. Ooh, don't, back up now. I know it's not any farther on, but it is what it is. When you're in a smaller conference like that, it's hard. You're not going to go that route, the record you got at 11-0. Playing the teams in the SEC, Big Ten. It's going to be hard. Even Pac-10, it's going to be hard. So let's look at it. They beat hold on. Navy 2-8, South Florida 2-9, Central Florida probably one of their best ones 7-4, but they lost to Marshall, SMU, which don't have the best record. SMU does. SMU is 8-3, but they lost to Houston and Memphis, which neither one of those are great teams. They beat Indiana 2-9, Miami Ohio 6-5. That is not very impressive at all. And their 6-5s and their 2-9s and 8-3s aren't against the teams like in the SEC or the bigger college football programs. Now, you will say, people that argue will say, well, they beat Notre Dame. Well, hell, I think Notre Dame is overrated too. We always want to give Notre Dame a championship. I don't know what. Notre Dame is like the Dallas Cowboys of college football. Look, so Notre Dame has they did have a stronger strength of schedule. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they beat Wisconsin, who was 8-3. That's pretty. And I know Wisconsin got a pretty good strength of schedule. But they beat teams like Toledo, who barely beat Toledo, 6-5. FSU, 5-6. Virginia Tech, 5-6. Those teams are off years. I think we're trying to crown Notre Dame all the time, and when they shouldn't be. They need to get in a conference or need to play even a tougher schedule. The problem is when you guess at the schedule, you never know what you're going to get. Because I know they put these schedules out and they try to play a tough schedule. I know they do. And they did play a tough schedule. I think they're in the top 15. So they even have a little more argument than Cincinnati. Cincinnati beat one team that was really, really good. One team. And I'm going to say, I would hate to say really, really good because I don't think Notre Dame should be in it either. So let's look who I would think would possibly go in there ahead of them. One, Michigan. Michigan beats Ohio State. They should be in there. And if Ohio State loses, I think they should be in there. You got Michigan. You've got other possibility. You've got Oklahoma State. You got a 2-loss Alabama team. If they lose to Georgia, they should still go. They are the number one strength of schedule. They're the number one strength of schedule in the country. The fact they've only lost one is really bad. And I'm not trying to be people that aren't SEC fans or doing, oh, he's SEC home. Y'all think they're guys. I don't. I'll be honest with you. I try to be real about it. That's why I looked all the strength schedules up. I just think a team that is undefeated or not. Now, if they were number 48 strength schedule and they beat 3 or 4 teams in the top 10, and everybody else is like 100 and something, you know what? We go with it. We should let the season play out. We'll see if they even win out. But I just don't think they're deserving of it. I think it's going to be a waste of a playoff game. But this makes a good excuse of why should you have an extra team in the playoff, because it hurts the lower conference teams. Sometimes they can't do anything about it when they have a good year, and they can't grow their conference or grow their team. Do I think we should go to more teams? Yes. Do I think there should be a cutoff limit? I don't think we're talking about doing 12, 16, 20, 12, and I think they're talking about right now 8 and 12. 8's enough. 8 is enough. 8 is enough. 8 is enough. Don't go to 12. We're going to keep going and going because there's always going to be someone, man, why didn't we get in? We only lost 3 games. We should be. You ain't going to win no way. Why you want to be in so bad? You want the guys to come down? I know what you want. You want for the big teams like Ohio State, Clemson, and Alabama and all them to have the quarterback break the leg and hope that you win the game. Look, it's not going to happen. So look, if 18 is enough, let's do that 18 playoff. Be done with it. Don't add more. Because at first it was like, let's play 1 and 2. Oh, I'm so happy playing 1 and 2 because now we actually know who the real champion is. Well, why ain't number 3 in there? Well, okay, we'll do a +1. We'll do 1 through 4. Oh, well, what about 5 and 6? Well, here we go. It's just like NCAA basketball. You got 64 teams going in there. Man, it might be more than that now because we're playing games. Golly, I'm drawing a brain here. It might be 68. But either way, 64, 68 teams going in there. And there's always one that says, why didn't we get in? We got snubbed. Well, hey, I get it. I know if you want to win, if you want to be in there, win more games. If you want to be in there, because basketball has more games to play with. I don't think there's going to be many, 32-0 teams that won't get in there. So you win more games, play better. And I know things can happen. We all can have off nights. It sucks when you're a lesser conference. I know it does. But that's the cards you're dealt with right now. So I think Cincinnati, could still go in though now too. Don't get me wrong. So let's think about it. So you got Georgia going to be playing Alabama at some point, right? I think those teams stay in no matter what. Michigan is going to be playing Ohio State, and Michigan beats Ohio State. That's going to be tough. I thought they should be in, but I could see how Cincinnati would still be in. If Ohio State stays in, Cincinnati's still number 4. I think they're number 4. They're number 4 probably right now. But we got to play these in the season games. Then you got Oklahoma State that you got to think about. Oklahoma, I don't know if I go with them, but they're not. I wouldn't take a 1-loss team, Oklahoma, over a 0-loss team like Cincinnati. I know it's not the popular opinion with a lot of people. I'm just trying to be real with it. So let's think about it, people. We'll see. The polls should come out tomorrow. It'll be exciting to see what they say. But I would say we got Georgia in the rankings. Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, Cincinnati right now. And Michigan is on their tail. I would not be surprised if Michigan, actually, you know what? I could almost flip it. I would not be shocked if Michigan plays Ohio State close, really close game. I could see them overcoming Cincinnati. That's how I think it could happen. All right, so that's what I think about that. Let me know what your thoughts are on that as well. You know, again, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to be an SEC homer. I know I do think SEC you're blind if you don't think they're the best conference in college football right now. They've been that way for a few years. But that doesn't mean that other teams can't beat them and that there's other great conferences. And I do think it sucks for conferences that don't have their high-quality teams. It's hard when you don't have the money and you are not already in that fan base or the market. Hopefully with this new rule where college players get get paid, that some of the lesser markets or lower market teams or teams that haven't been good in a while can get in there, start bringing out those programs and make it more competitive. I want more balance. And the problem with balance really is a whole new discussion, is that players in college leave so early. That's why it's hard for me to follow. You'll have one player in football or basketball that play 1, 2, 3 years, 1, 2 years, and they're gone. At least when we had 4, I could get kind of used to them, or 3, I could get kind of used to them. But now it's different. You know, now it's different. They can be gone. They switch schools so much easier now. It makes me I don't have much passion for college football no more. And I love Tennessee. Go Vols. They have a good old Rocky Top. That's a whole different discussion. But it's hard for me to follow other programs as well now because I don't even know who plays on the team half the time. One guy could be the star quarterback of the team and could go to Georgia for Notre Dame, go to Georgia next year. Same thing. All around. It happens all the time. So it's kind of hard to follow. It's bad for the game in my opinion. I will say this. I think if you don't like where you're at, suck it up. You know, I really do, because you pick there, they're paying your college. But I know it can not be fair. So I also know, like, hey, if something's really bad going on, or you feel like you have that chance, it works for some players. It stinks for the average fan like myself. Again, I didn't play college, so I'm no good. But I just think for the fan that wants to watch it, that's why you see on ESPN they're not talking about college football a lot of the time like they used to. So, anyways, that's it. No discussion. We'll do that another day. All right, let's talk NFL, people. NFL. All right, so let's go here. Pretenders are contenders. I'm going to start with the Buffalo Bills. That's my team, baby. Let's go, Buffalo. Not so much. They are pretenders. Could things change? I gotta hope so. I think if we ran the ball a total of 8 times. 8 times Sunday. I know Josh Allen's a good quarterback. You're never going to be big time running 8 times. I don't care who you are. You have to have some better balance than that. I was looking at it in the third quarter, and this was not design runs. Just I can't get Buffalo games on TV because I don't have it, so I gotta constantly look on ESPN and check the schedule until later on when I can see replays and stuff. But I looked at one time, not just design runs, like runs where Josh Allen maybe scattered out of the pocket, something like that. There were 7 total runs and 21 passes. I mean, you're not gonna win that way. And we have a problem with stopping the running game. Derrick Henry ran all over us. With Jonathan Taylor, who some people are thinking the MVP now after this week. Man, come on. You weren't talking about it the week before. He might be, I don't know. But I really, to be honest with you, the method to beat the Buffalo Bills is play our pass really hard and run the ball down our throat. Be physical with us until we get physical. We got to change that scheme. Do we have the talent to make it? Yeah. You know, teams go through this where they struggle in the middle of the year and they come back. So I'd rather the Buffalo Bills, because they're my team, struggle now and pick it back up later than struggle towards the end of the year. So 4 weeks ago, I thought we were going to be Super Bowl, contenders. Now I think we're pretenders. Let's go to Titans. Titans are tough because they lost Derrick Henry. I think they're still contenders, though. I think they just had an off game against Houston. I think that they're going to come back strong. They got a good O-line. They've won without Derrick Henry. They have a good team aspect. I wish I didn't dislike the Titans so much from Mississippi Miracle because I really like the way the team plays. I really do. I think that Tannehill's not going to lose a game for you. You might not necessarily win one, but I think the whole team aspect of them is really good, really good. They had a bad game. I don't want to jump to it. They're 8-3. Jesus Christ. People talking about like, oh, they're not good. They're horrible. They really thought we were. They're 8-3, and they beat some of the toughest teams in the division. They've lost to some of the weakest teams, Jets and Houston's one, for example. Probably because they just overlooked them a little bit, which is not good either. They can't be doing that. But they ain't going to be overlooking nobody in the playoffs. And they're going to make the playoffs, people. All right, let's go last but not least. Them good old yeehaw Cowboys. Everybody loves the Cowboys. The Notre Dame of professional football. Everybody wants to crown them when they go 1-0 out of Super Bowl. They 2-0 Super Bowl, 6-5. They coming back to the Super Bowl. I will say this about them. I think they're contenders too. I don't know if they're actually going to win the Super Bowl, but I think they're contenders. Why? They lost to a really good team that has had a bad year so far, and not that bad. By the way, not that bad. I don't know exactly off the top of my head what Kansas City Chiefs record is. I think it's 7-4, maybe 8. I don't know. Maybe 8-4. No, 7-4. Either way, it's not bad. So they lost them, and I know their offensive line was banged up. I'm not for sure, but I'm pretty sure Tyron Smith. I know his ankle was hurt. If he did play, I don't know if he did play, but if he didn't, that's a big miss because he's a Pro Bowl type offensive lineman, and so that's a big deal with those Cowboys, man. The thing they got going for them is a healthy offensive line. They are tough to beat. They are very, very tough to beat. A healthy offense, and their line on both sides of the ball is good. And I think that's the recipe for winning. I think they could win Super Bowl. It's kind of hard to go against Brady because Brady's just somehow, every time you bet against him, you lose your money. It's kind of hard to go against him. But I think they could actually go this year. But I think they're contenders. I think the only pretender on here is Buffalo right now. Maybe I'm being hard on my team, but when we're 6-4, we've lost some bad. We've gotten drilled here the past 2 or 3 weeks. We beat the Jets. Jets like beating a bye. I hate to say that about Jet fans. Thank you for being on our schedule so we can win that game. But man, they got a whole different. There's a whole different bag of apples for them. But tell me what you think. Do you think they're pretenders or contenders? Do you think someone else is a pretender that people are saying is really good, or someone that's a contender could sleep up and catch up on everybody? Let your boy know. All right. I hope you guys have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving week. Gobble, gobble, gobble till you wobble, wobble, wobble. I'll probably send a couple more videos out this week. Send me some comments below. Subscribe to my channel. Like it, love it. I love doing this show. I love talking sports. So I want to keep doing this. I want to evolve this. I'm going to keep doing it because you know why? Even if you don't subscribe, I'm still going to do it because I love it, baby. I love it. And if anybody gets on, here's Pat McAfee. Get me on your show, Pat McAfee. If anybody gets, I don't know why I love that dude so much, but I do. I love to be a guest on the show, which ain't going to happen for a long time because I'm still nobody, but hopefully someday I will be. All right. Have a great day. Hope y'all have a good week. Stay warm. And let's talk sports, baby.